Welcome back to my kitchen. This is episode 3 of cooking with SoyBoy, also called Callum. We've been in quarantine for about 12 days now. We haven't got much food left, so as far as doing recipes and stuff, we're going to make something up, I think. I'm just so hungry at the moment. I can't even eat the camera. I'm only joking with you, I'd never eat you up. But let's have a look around my kitchen and see what I got here. Oh, well, there's not much over here. Let's check the shelves. Lots of sauces, condiments, alcohol. Oh, what's behind here? Oh, that's a big old jar of red lentils. Dried red lentils. They'll do us a world of good, I reckon. Alright, that's step 1. Now let's have a look on the vegetable rack. Nope, that's a drawer, Callum. The vegetable rack would be better. Nope, that's the cupboard. Oh, cat food. Could be good. Nope, vegetable rack. There we are, Callum. Alright. What's that, some sweet potatoes? Alright. Bag of sweet potatoes, that's part 2. And some garlic. What we got here? A couple onion, boys. Oh, you got a soup going here, boy. Yeehaw. That'll do. Let's get started. Now first you want to chop the sweet potatoes. For health and safety, I'm not going to do this on camera because I got to hold the camera and chop potatoes. Oh, look how quickly they chopped. So as you can see, I chopped them quite rough and not in a specific way. It's because they're going to be baked and then they're going to be put in a soup and blended. So they don't matter how you chop them much, as long as they're relatively even. So put these on a pan, spread the pan out all around, and then just put it in the oven. I put it maybe 200 degrees for 15-20 minutes, just so they can get a bit crispy on the outside and a bit softer in the middle, because sweet potatoes take a while to cook through. Next up, onions. You don't again have to be too precise with your chopping, because it's going to be cooked and then blended as a soup. So just chop them on up and throw them in your saucepan that you're going to be making the whole soup in. Go on, get them in there. And guess what we're going to be doing with the garlic? The exact same thing. You get it, you chop it, you put it in the pan. Delicious. Now, just get yourself some oil and pour it all over it. Just get the oil and swirl it around with the onions and the garlic. Oh yeah, just like that. Put the heat to a low heat, maybe a 2 out of 10, and then get cooking. Alright, now that the onions are a little bit more cooked and sort of all slimy almost, add the red lentils. Use as much you like. I try to go for good coverage, and then I add 2 stock cubes. Alright, now you're going to mix them all up real quick. Still overheat, but only very briefly is it going to be like this. Okay? Then get your hot water and just pour it on in. Whoa, it's all blurry now. Wow. Do it enough that it's sort of covering all of your food and stuff in the pan. Give it another stir. With lentils, you gotta stir lots, otherwise they get stuck to the bottom. Add some rosemary. Alright. And then add some mixed herbs. Oh, that's a lot of mixed herbs. Goodness. Finally, if you got it, use a bit of liquid smoke. I only use the liquid smoke because I can't afford the smoked paprika, but I got a bottle of the smoke instead. Then some paprika, like I mentioned already. Put that in. You can put quite a lot in. This is going to be the base flavor of it. It's going to go with the lentils, and it's going to go with the sweet potato, and give it kind of a really nice sort of taste. Alright. Now that we got that, we want the salt, and we want the pepper. And next is a little bit of an unusual one, actually. We're going to put in a handful of oats. Just regular porridge oats. Because oats, when you blend them, gives it a real creamy texture. So a handful of oats really help quite a lot. Whilst that takes about 10-15 minutes to boil over, make yourself a drink. I've got tequila, half a lime, and some orange liqueur that I had made earlier this week. So let's make margaritas. First, start with tequila. I'm only going for 1 shot of tequila in this one, and I'll explain why in a moment. But as you can see, I'm using El Jimador, which is a nice tequila. Pour that on in your blender. Next, the orange liqueur, which I'm going to use a whole shot of again. The reason being I only have 1/2 of a lime. Usually you'd use a whole lime, so the extra orange is making up for the lack of lime. But I hear you saying, what about all the tang the second half of lime uses? This is where it gets interesting. Citric acid. If you got this lying around, a tiny little pinch of the good stuff will go a long way and give you that sweet, sweet tang a margarita needs. Now, usually you would shake a margarita or blend it with lots of ice, but as you can see, I'm only using a couple of cubes. This is because I don't like blended margaritas, but I don't have a shaker. So I'm going to pop it on the blender, and I'm going to blend it completely. When shaking a cocktail, you get about 25 to 30 mils of dilution, or a couple of cubes of ice will dilute. It also aerates it, so by blending it with just the 2 cubes, we're achieving a similar effect. Wow, that looks good. Let's have a taste. Wow, real tangy. Great. Alright, so grab them potatoes out of the oven and then put them on the counter. Wow, they're looking kind of burnt, but that's good because it will give it more flavor and they're still soft in the middle. Scoop on up into your saucepan. That's right, keep scooping them. When they're all in, stir them around a bit and add a bit more water. As you can see, the lentils and the oats and the steam have absorbed all the water and got rid of it, so you need more. Now cover it and leave again for maybe another 5 minutes. When ready and the potatoes have softened, then get the hand blender and just blend it all up. Blend, 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 like that. Alright, great. As you can see, I fast forwarded my blending process. So now I'm at the stage where my soup is already smooth. When it's at your desired consistency, just put away the blender and give it a little slump around, taste it to make sure it tastes good, then put it in a bowl and pop some Oatly creme fraiche on top if you would like to. Cheese works too, or vegan cheese if you got it. Just some fat to cut through all the sort of smokiness and the paprika. Enjoy!